Right, welcome to this complete army video. It's for the debut army here on the channel. Mike's just finished putting together a 2000 points Chaos Knights army here. So an opportunity just to get away from our battle reports and for Mike to go through his list, detachments, rules, unit choices and so on as he's put this army together. Before we get stuck in, just to mention the battle mat and terrain, just giving us a real nice backdrop here for this army. So this is the Imperial Refinery battle mat from GameMat.eu, and then ringed here with buildings from the Industrial Terrain set from them as well. So links below. There's a discount code for 11% off across the store. They're shipping worldwide, and they've got a brand new website to celebrate that. There's an extra 5% off if your order comes to over £300. So GameMat.eu, massive range of battle mats available from them, pre-painted terrain sets available from them as well. So, Chaos Knights, why have you picked these? It's pretty obvious though, big stomping machines, and a follow-on from Black Legion as well, I guess.
I'm a big Chaos lover, so I thought the next step would be Chaos Knights. I remember the first game I ever played was against Chaos Knights, and I just loved the look of them.
Okay. Plus there's some great kits and upgrades and so on now from Games Workshop. Back in the day, it would have been you just painted Imperial Knights in Chaos colours, but now they've got their own adaptations here with like the spiky armour, their own heads, unique weapons and so on. So it's a great time to collect. So detachment and the style of your own, like what's their approach going to be on the battlefield?
If I'm honest with you, I haven't really decided on a complete approach yet. I've played 3 games with them now. I do like the one with the I can't remember what it's called now.
That's your Surge Forwards.
Yeah. So
yeah, Mike's experimenting with detachments at the moment, and this video, the idea behind it is Mike shares his list, his ideas, and then you're welcome to give us feedback in return, any suggestions you make on the changes of the units, the list, tactics, and so on.
Yes. So the one I have been using was Infernal Lance, and that was for the Malefic Surge I could do. So I like the idea of getting an extra 3-inch movement, allowing me sustained and lethal, and the unnatural fortitude that it gave me a 5-up invuln save in close combat, because I don't have an invuln save at the minute for close combat. It's all for shooting. It did used to give you a feel no pain on top of that, but they've released the FAQ now that you only get one or the other. You have to decide what one. Okay. Some of the upgrades I like the looks of as well. The likes of the Flesh Metal Fusion give me 1 to the toughness characteristic, and while you use the unnatural fortitude ability, each time an attack with a damage characteristic of 1 was allocated, I got an extra +1 to my save. The other one that I liked was the Blasphemous Engine. Give me 2 to my wounds characteristic, and each time I used the Malefic Surge I could reroll the leadership test taken. As we've seen me in the past, when I'm doing dark packs, I tend to fail quite a lot and take mortal wounds, so this allowed me to then to reroll it as well, plus give me, instead of 26 wounds, I was on 28 wounds. Harder to kill.
And your style of army is, from what I've seen, is aggressive, surging and pushing forwards.
Yep. Hence the Rampager. And the 2 Abominants. They have shooting, and they've also got a half decent melee profile.
So you can expect Mike's army to see it pushing aggressively immediately up the board. Turn 1 onwards. They stride well across the table. Some of these are 14s, these ones,
so the Carnivores are 14, and the Rampager is also 14, I believe.
It's a nice quick move from these. So we'll pick a unit, we'll build this list up here, we'll give you the points values. In the video description below you should see the full list for you as well, of all the points totals as well. So, and again, just to bear in mind the way 10th edition works, you're looking to usually anchor the home objective, but the most important part is the domination of no man's land. So those usual 3 objectives to get to them, control them, capture them, drive the enemy off, keep the enemy away from those, so that you can rake in points for primaries and then also for secondaries as well. So that's going to fit in well with Mike's aggressive styles. He's building on units that are going to surge forwards quickly, use firepower, but I think it's tipping it towards melee and getting stuck in for pushing enemy units away and keeping them off those objectives. So however you want to build this up, you can start with your first unit.
Okay, I'm going to start with the wee guys first. So as you can see, I'm running 2, 2 and 2. So I have 2 carnivores, 2 huntsmen, and I've also got 2 stalkers.
That's one of the carnivores there. They're beautifully done, and congratulations to Mike as well for putting this army together. Very well done. Look great on the table. Great choice of the aggressive red, but not complete red. You got some other colours running through to mix things up, because you don't want Chaos Knights fully regimented like you'd expect from the Imperium, but more different elements going on.
Yeah. So I'm going with the carnivores because, again, rolling a charge can be a pain, especially if you're trying to get 4 inches and you end up missing it and you're paying a CP for it. A carnivore allows me to re-roll the advance and charge, so I've got that option. They also have sustained hits, and depending on what you're coming up against, they can be anti-vehicle or anti-infantry. So they can really punch, and if you're moving 17 inches with your Malefic Surge, you can catch your opponent off.
Yes, fast as a jet bikes. It's crazy speed. So yeah, in close combat, Reaper Chain Talon, sustained hits 1, 12 attacks, 3 hits, strength 8 -2, 1 damage. You're trying to clear hordes, or you can switch over to the Slaughter Claw, again with sustained hits 1, which is very useful. 6 attacks, needing 3, strength 12, -3, and D6 +2 damage. So really good close combat weapon, sort of a medium-sized walker.
Yeah, and then what I've done is I've went on to, these were formerly Imperial Knights, they've turned to Chaos.
Fine.
Huntsman. Now the reason I've got them in,
there's 2 of them.
Yep, so the anti-vehicle. So I can re-roll the wound roll against vehicles, and if you look at their
Demon Breath
and Melted Gun, so you've got Melted 2 and Melted 4.
18-inch range, 2 shots, needing 3, strength 12, -4, D6 damage. It's a nice high strength melter weapon, which makes a difference. So it makes a change to the usual sort of strength 9, and the damage is excellent melter of D6 +4, which is fantastically good.
Yeah, and then again, they're not too bad in close combat either.
Yeah, so it's the Chain Talon. Add either 4 attacks at 3 stitch, strength 10, -3, 3 damage, or you can sweep with it at 8 attacks, need 3, strength 8, -2, and 1 damage.
And again, Malefic Surge. If I go for sustained hits, I'm basically getting what a carnivore can do. So here I've got anti-vehicle and also anti-infantry with them. They move 12 inches. It's fast, so they can still perform what they need to perform.
Yep.
And then going on to the
Stalkers.
Just
sort of in between type unit.
So yeah, now the reason I've got them in it is because they give me a Scout 6
for even more speed
with 12, 18.
Yeah.
A Malefic Surge them for an extra 3.
21
inches.
Wow.
Okay. And again, they are also, what I've equipped them with is the Demon Breath Spear and the Havoc Launcher. The other one is the Avenger Chain Cannon, so a bit of anti-infantry.
Yep.
And again, I'm trying to pick out units that you might have deep struck in somewhere in the middle of the battlefield, or hid them away in the corner somewhere. When I'm getting a 21-inch move, you're 6 inches away and getting +1 to the wind roll.
Yes, so these units are built for picking on isolated units. If they're away from friendly units over 6 inches away, Mike gets +1 to the wound roll, which is powerful enough. So they're there to exploit that ability. So just to mention, the War Dog profile is decent enough as well. You've got the 12-inch move, you've got toughness 9s, they're built like tanks, 3 up save. Crucially, all of them have a built-in 5+ invulnerable save, so when they do get hit by the heavier stuff, they can put up some kind of resistance to that. Plus, plenty of wounds, 14 wounds, which is above the average for like your regular tanks. So they're equipped and built really well, and also they can hang on to objectives decent enough. OC of 6, which is very good for a walkout. So can you run through your points for each of these?
Yep, so what's happened is they've moved the points up on the carnivores. I think it's because they were performing too well. So I think they've went up to 160 points. I could be wrong. If you give me a second, I can double check for you now. Carnivore, sorry, is up to 150. These are 140 each.
Huntsman, yeah.
Yeah, the Huntsman and the Stalker. So they've stayed at 140. The Night Abominant has went up in points. It's 355. And the Rampager has went up as well to 365. Totally understandable about the points increases. They were running a bit low. I mean, when I had this list, I could have run Nurglings or Plague Bearers and with the unit. It doesn't match the theme, but it was sort of something for causing disturbance in the middle of the battlefield with Nurglings, or have Plague Bearers sitting in the home field with holding the objective. The enhancements now.
How many points are these guys, the Stalkers?
Yeah, they're 140 as well. Right, 140, 140.
Okay, they're real good points cost for what you get.
And 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was the temptation to run all War Dogs.
Right.
Yeah, because they have their own detachment hound pack.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
How interesting. Okay.
So they'll get the character keyword. And you can imagine it's like a pack of dogs hunting, so most of their stratagems are revolving around that.
Okay. So we've got the 6 War Dog type units, and then we have 3 distinct knights.
Yeah, so the Night Abominants, now when I was running this, I originally had this one already. I loved them. I loved the model. I loved how they looked. I wanted to run 2 because the stratagem, or the ability that they had at the time, was at the end of their movement phase, select a target within 9. On a 3+, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. So if you stacked the 2 of them, you could be targeting.
Okay, yes, double D3, yeah.
But now it's been FAQ'd that it's 1 model in your unit or in your army with this ability. So they've nerfed it a little bit, but I still love the model. Especially with their Volkite, is it the Volkite Combustor?
We'll come to that in a second. As your profile, you're running at 10-inch move, which is not slow. Toughness 11, 3-up save, built-in 5+ invulnerable save for shooting, you're saying, not for close combat. 26 wounds, leadership 6, and OC of 10. It's a real good profile. Yes, the Volkite Combustor. It's a strange weapon. It can pick up wounds against pretty much anything. 30-inch range, 12 shots, base of 12. That nice solid amount of shots coming through. 3s to hit, strength 12. It's AP 0, 3 damage, but it's devastating wounds. If you can fish out those 6s, that damage will go through against any type of target, no matter how tough it is.
Yep. So it's just trying to fish for the 6s. I enjoy the swing of it.
It's a threatening weapon for sure.
Yeah, and then it's no slouch in close combat either.
So you're running.
It's both of them.
You get both.
Yeah, because one's extra attacks.
That's it. Yeah. So the main one is the Electro Scourge. It's the tentacle weapon there. 9 attacks as base, 3 hit, strength 10, -2, 3 damage. The extra attacks come through as well. That's from the tail, right? Yeah, from the Battle Mace. 3 attacks, 3, strength 8, -1, and 2 damage. Plus, your vehicle, you can use your tank shock ability.
Yeah. The other thing as well, if you give an upgrade for the Knight Diabolus, you improve their weapon skill by 1, so they'll be hitting on 2s.
Yeah, well, that's really helpful. Yeah.
If I'm using the Diabolical Power, melee weapons have Lance, so again you could be wounded on 2s. So you have 2 of them.
And then if melee wasn't enough, you've then taken a Rampager.
Yeah. So can you see the theme? I'm going more If I'm in your face, I'm in your face, but I also have the option of anti-vehicle as well on top of that. Now, he is a beat stick. You just need to be able to roll 6s.
So same profile, but for him, an extra 2-inch move. So 12-inch move with this thing. That's something very important to point out as well. The way knights operate on the board in regards to buildings and terrain. Not having to always go around them, you can pass through.
Yep, so the 3 big ones can. I just need to roll a d6. On a 1, I'll be battle shocked. 2 plus, I'm fine.
So, for example, see this building here. Mike can measure and go straight through. Just rolls dice, don't get a 1. So that really helps freeze them up as far as movement's concerned. It's not as easy for them to get boxed in. They can pass through terrain, get through to other enemy units, and so on. So that's really helps the knights navigate their way through the board.
Yeah, and it's the same for if there's models on the board. It's a super heavy walker. I can move within engagement range of enemy models, but cannot end the move within engagement range. I can also move through sections of terrain features that are more than 4 inches in height, but if it does, after it's moved, roll d6 on a 1 that model is battle shocked.
Okay. This thing's built for close combat, so we've got Bloodlust. Each time you make a charge move, your weapons get devastating wounds. They're deadly enough as they are, but you can tap into devastating wounds. And then Frenzied Rampage Aura ability, also for any War Dog model. So within 9 inches of this model, each time the War Dog model makes a melee attack, real hit rolls of 1. So there is that idea if you take the main knight and you pair them up with a couple of War Dogs, they help support each other. Don't have to, but there's little bonuses going on if you do. And then in close combat, you don't use both weapons, you choose. So you can go for the Reaper Chainsaw, that's the weapon on the right hand side there. You can strike with it at 6 attacks, need 2, strength 14, minus 4 and 6 damage, and it gets a built-in sustained hit, so all the weapons do. Or you can sweep with it, in which case you get 18 attacks. That's 2 hit, strength 9, minus 3 and 2 damage, and that's sustained. Or you can go for the Warp Strike Claw. Striking with that will be 6 attacks, need 2s, but it's strength 20, 8 minus 3 and 8 damage. Fantastic weapon. And you can sweep with that as well for 12 attacks, need 2, strength 10, minus 2 and 3 damage. So fantastic close weapons on that, close combat weapons on that thing. I think it's one of those kind of units, distraction kind of effects, that if you go for it, then your army's going to be diverted to bring it down. If you ignore it and it's coming at you, then it's going to run in and cause trouble against pretty much anything it charges into. And again, Tank Shock is your friend. You can use that as an extra bit of an extra way of causing some mortal wounds against a target.
Yep, and then again, with the detachment that I run twice with it, the Infernal Lance, it's given me all my stratagems are going to be 1 CP. I don't like this having to hold on to a CP to the next turn, so you can have 2 CP to do a stratagem. The likes of they've all got a 5+ invuln, but I can use a stratagem for 1 CP and give it a 4+ invuln, but it's only against shooting. Again, I have Corrupting Taint that allows me to make an objective sticky, but it'll not be like the other detachment that I tried, which was the Dreadlords. I think it was Lords of Dread. It'll be if you walk onto it all, then you take control of it. Well, the other one was you had to exceed my OC of 5 to take control of it. And then they're more or less the big ones I would use. In Hellforge Construction is reduce the armor penetration by 1.
Right, it's a bit like a Armor of Contempt almost.
Yeah. Okay. They're the real big ones that I look to in this for the stratagems in this detachment. But as I've played the 2 games, I found it being very, very helpful to have the Malefic Surge. I have taken plenty of hits to myself rolling for it. I still get the Surge, I just take D3 mortal wounds for failing. Okay.
No, I've seen the benefit of it. It's very adaptable depending on what situation you're in. You can choose which ability you want to take to enhance an ability depending on what situation you're in. So yeah, we played a couple of games. You can check those out. 2 of the games using the Infernal Lance detachment, they are on membership. We played a 1,000-point game quite recently. Then a 1500 point game, which is a real nice size for 10th edition. And then you should be seeing, if it's not out already, there should be a YouTube debut battle as well, 2000 points featuring this army. So pretty much it, Mike. Happy enough? Covered these pretty well. The army list will be in the video description below. And so you're welcome to copy the list entirely. What would you change? Mike's toyed with the idea of dropping 2 of these and taking a 4th knight, possibly.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3 I might have to drop to take another big knight, or I did consider dropping one of the abominants.
Yes.
And bringing something different because of the slight nerf that they've given them. And I think it was the Knight Tyrant I had looked at.
Okay.
But I could be there a while building it and painting it.
That's the list. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, what changes you'd make. Any experienced Chaos Knight players, love to hear from you in the comment section below. We can keep a lookout for this army on the channel and on membership going forwards. Hopefully we'll put them into the league. But Chaos Knights have arrived on the channel. Great to see them here. We'll see how they get on against different factions on the channel. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.